Hello, welcome to day 24 of our intentions instead of resolutions yoga. And today's intention is to find serenity. So let's get started. Hello, welcome to day 24 of our intentions instead of resolutions yoga practice or year-long practice schedule. I'm not even going to call it a challenge anymore. But each one of these practices, the whole point is to give you an intention, something to help give you the tools to be able to face challenges in your everyday life, or to just basically stop and smell the roses. So today's intention is to find serenity. So no matter what's going on in your life, whether it be your personal life, your work life, just trying to get by, there are some things that you can do that will help you slow down and just enjoy the moment. So today's practice is more low to the ground, and it's more of a moving meditation. So I hope this will help you out this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our feet in front of one another. So we want to bring in our left heel first, and then our right heel in front. And we're going to sit here and just take a few deep breaths. You can close your eyes. So breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Taking deep, measured breaths help us to manage stress and helps calm your nerves. So breathe out and can help you find a sense of serenity. Let's breathe in and out. Now we're going to switch the positioning of our feet. So bring your right foot in, your heel as close to your midline as possible, and then your left foot in front. So with your hands either on your feet or up on your knees, we're going to do the deep breathing yet again. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Another deep breath in and out. And one last time. So make it a really deep breath. Really fill your abdominal wall with air. So breathe in and out. Now we're going to stretch. So place your right hand on the mat and lift your left hand up to the sky. Really reach up and over. Then the same thing on the other side. Place your left hand on the mat, reach up with that right arm and over. Now we're going to go to our knees in the table position, and we're going to do cat-cow. So you want your knees to be directly under your hip points and your hands directly below your shoulders. So it may take you a minute to find those spots. And you really want to dig into the mat, just like we did with our grounded practice. You want your feet to be digging in and your fingertips to dig in as well. And we're going to breathe in as we go to cow and out as we go into cat. Really arch that back. Breathe in as we go back into cow, and breathe out as we go into cat. Another time just like that, breathe in, cow pose, reach up with the crown of your head, and breathe out as we go into cat. One last time, breathe in and out as we go back into cat. Now we're going to place our knees directly together. We're going to go back almost into a hero pose, but we're not going to hold this for very long. What we're going to do is just sweep our hands back on the mat so that they go back behind your feet and bring your forehead to the mat. And really reach with your hands and try to dig into your mat. It's a bit difficult when we are doing a resting position like this, but you should feel the muscles in your arms engage as you imagine that you are trying to dig into your mat with your hands. So this is child's pose with a little variation, which should help engage the muscles in your upper back and your shoulders, but also gives you an opportunity to close your eyes and look inward. So we're going to take a couple of breaths here, breathing in and out. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It helps to release any heat in our bodies by breathing out through our mouth. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to rise up and go into a seated position with our feet out in front of us. We're going to be in staff position. So you want to have your hands at your side and your feet flex towards your face. And we have about a fist's worth of distance between our knees because our feet should be about hip width apart. And we're going to take a couple of breaths here. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, trying to reach for the sky with the crown of your head. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. And one last breath. Breathe in and out. Now we're going to take our hands and we're going to sweep them up to the sky and lean over. So you want to try to get your belly over the top of your thighs. It may not come close. You may only get this far, which is perfectly fine. But we want to try to be able to just lean inward. So we're going to look forward, taking a deep breath in, and then lean inward. So tuck your chin to your chest. If you need to bend your knees to be able to get closer to your legs, do it. If you're working to straighten those legs, even though you're not as far or you're not as close with your head to your knees, that's fine. And we're really focusing in on our breath today. That helps to calm our nerves, helps us to think a little bit deeper as well, so that we can make better decisions during the day. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now we're going to go to our back, but we're going to engage our abdominal wall as we do it. So we want to point our toes, get our hands out in front of us. You can have your fingers interlaced or just have them out in front. And we're going to lower slowly to our backs. Try to imagine each vertebra coming in contact with the mat as slow as you can. Now we're going to go into a bridge pose. So just like we did with our child's pose, your hands are going to be active. You want to really just imagine that you're digging into your mat with your hands. We're going to bring our heels as close to our sit bones as possible. Then, as we take a breath in, try to raise your hips from your tailbone. So you'll feel your lower back come in contact with the mat first. And then we continue on up into our bridge pose. Now we want our hands active. So really dig into the mat with your hands. Then we're going to lower slowly as we're breathing out. Then we're going to go right back up again into that bridge. Dig into the mat with your hands and lower as you breathe out. Try to go slow. Then again from your tailbone first, raising up into bridge and lower slowly. And we're going to do one more. Up from the tailbone first, taking a deep breath in as we go up, digging in with our hands, and then lowering, and then hug your knees to your chest. Now we're going to raise both of our feet up to the sky. And we're going to do a little bit of work on the core, but it'll just be a real quick one. So what we're going to do is raise our hands up and down. So a very slow, measured movement, but it's also helping to get those muscles in the abdominal wall engaged. But we're not doing crunches. We're not going super fast. You want to keep space between your chin and your chest. You can breathe in as you lower and breathe out as you raise up, or the other way works just as well. You should feel those abdominal muscles kicking in. Even though we're not getting our heart rate up, the goal is to build strength, but focus on serenity today. So now that's it. Go ahead and hug your knees to your chest. And now what we're going to do is we're going to place our left foot on the mat and then cross the right ankle over your left thigh. We're going to go into a reclined pigeon. So we're going to reach between our legs with the right hand and around the left leg with the left hand, and keep both feet flexed. And you want to imagine that you're pushing towards or against a wall with the left foot while you're pulling your legs towards your face with your hands. So we're getting a push and a pull at the same time. We'll take a deep breath in and out. Then we're going to switch sides. So right foot on the mat, left foot crosses over. We thread the needle. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and push with that right foot as if you're pushing it up against a wall, and pull with your arms. You can close your eyes. You should feel a lot of muscle groups engaged just from this push and pull and the resistance that we're creating. Now we're going to let go, and we're going to go into a twist. But what we're going to do is twist the right knee over to the right, or the left knee rather, over to the right, and then reach out with your left arm and try to follow it with your eyes. So you want to look in the same direction as your left hand is facing. And we're going to go to the other side. So straighten that left leg, bend the right knee and cross it over, and then reach out with your right hand. Now, if you find that it's better for you if you center your hips, you can center your hips on your mat. Just going from the center and rolling over like that causes us to go to the edge of the mat, which is not a problem, but you might feel a little awkward being on the edge. So we're breathing deeply with each move and each pose. You can keep your eyes closed practically this entire practice, so you don't have to worry about losing our balance. That's what's beautiful about yoga. You can do a really engaging workout where you get your heart rate up, or you can get a nice slow one like this to still, just to help you be still. And then we're going to come back and we're going to end this practice in Shavasana. Now, I hope that the breathing exercises will help you this week, no matter what is thrown at you, that you can just look inward and even close your eyes, do a couple of deep breaths, and be serene in the moment. It should help us with our blood pressure. It should help us with any anxiety that we might feel about things that are going poorly, and just help you have a better outlook and finding things to be grateful for. So this entire time, I have not been closing out with a namaste, but today, because we're focusing in on serenity and being able to have the tools to find serenity, I want to close this practice out because I am bowing to you. So we're going to place our hands together in prayer position and reach for your forehead and namaste. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.